GOP nominations heating up, and with just days to go before the Iowa straw poll, presidential candidate Tim Pawlenty is pulling no punches. Take a look at his latest campaign ad.
Leaders at a certain point rise to the occasion. Leaders are going to lead.
Just 18,000 jobs last month, well below expectations.
We're moving in the right direction. Really disappointment.
People won't vote based on the unemployment rate.
There are always going to be bumps.
Shovel-ready was not as shovel-ready as we expected.
A big miss.
Stock market has come roaring back.
Barack Obama's been so invisible.
Is there a risk that the United States could lose its AAA credit rating, yes or no? No risk of that.
The United States has just lost its AAA credit rating.
Are you fired up?
Well, with facts like those ads almost write themselves. Let's listen to another one, because Mitt Romney has something out tonight as well in advance of the Iowa straw poll this weekend.
Because only a more civil and honest public discourse can help us face up to the challenges of our nation.
I would imagine that there's a lot of people in Iowa who'd prefer to go to the state fair tonight instead, because they don't want to be so depressed. Kimberly, what do you think of those?
I would imagine the Prozac sales are going to go through the roof watching these guys do this kind of stuff. You know, the interesting thing about both of these young munchkins is that they do not have one thing they put on about what they would do about it. They take on Obama, and Obama has a difficult time. I agree with that. But wait a second. I want to hear one of these Republicans, just one of them, come up with an idea that's actually going to get jobs, except opposed to Mitt Romney, who broke jobs apart.
They have one idea: it's beat Obama. That's the only idea they need.
That's what I mean. You see, it's simple to say that.
Now we're in the business of managing campaigns. When you want to go on the offensive, would you not have counseled ads like that?
Well, Judge, I managed a 49-state loss, so I'm not sure I would ask that question to me. But no, the answer is, look, I understand why they're doing it. I understand that they're pitching to the yahoos out there in Iowa, but and they all hate Obama, and they want to try to get into this trouble. And by the way, that debate tomorrow night, you don't want to miss that. Somonik sales are going to plummet across America.
It is on the network.
That's on Fox. Let's fine. Watch Fox and get a good night's sleep.
You know what, Bob?
What?
We're going to give you some positive pills. How about that?
I think
I'm very positive, except when I'm around people like Pawlenty and Romney.
Yeah, but you know what? It's realistic, and they have a right to run their campaigns and their ads, and they're responding to the attacks that have been put out against them. And obviously, the White House and President Obama is concerned about Mitt Romney. He's concerned about Michelle Obama.
By the way, who used the phrase "kill Romney"?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't Romney.
Who did?
Is that something?
Unnamed Democratic
that would have
operative
been leaked out intentionally? A phrase that incendiary?
No.
Kill Romney?
I don't think that. Certainly, President Obama would not have sanction it, but you got to think about that. Even if you're an unnamed Democratic operative, it still matters. I want to ask Greg, I want to ask you about another possible candidate who came out today, sort of been flirting with running for president, and comes out today.
He's got a great mustache. That's why I'd vote for him. Ambassador John Bolton is considering throwing himself into the race. The thing I like about Bolton is that he's the truly anti-Obama, in that I wouldn't call him charming, but I would call him substantial. Really? Which is the exact opposite of Obama, who is charming but insubstantial.
Let me read his quote to you. It says, "To date, in my view, no Republican candidate has persuasively argued that our economic recovery and long-term prosperity are completely intertwined with a strong national security posture. If no one else is prepared to make that case, I will."
The ambassador was on Freedom Watch with me 2 nights ago, and I said to him, "Are you ready to take on the Republicans in the primaries between now and next February?" And he said, "No, but I am ready to take on the president next November."
I spent a lot of time with Bolton. I spent a lot of time with Bolton in green rooms. I like the guy very much, but what he wants to do is go past the jail and go right out to the general election. This is the guy that said you ought to take 10 stories off the UN.
Wait, we have a chance to praise you. And
that's impossible.
Because you predicted, and I kind of tucked in behind, the Wisconsin results. Tell us what happened.
Oh, okay.
You don't mind?
Yeah.
Summarize it quickly.
You made this point, too. I congratulate you, too. No, I said yesterday there were 6 races for Republicans being challenged to have their seats removed from this Wisconsin Senate, Republicans. And I thought 2 would be won, and the other 4 I wasn't quite sure of. And I think we had some chance of maybe getting 3. We ended up 2 was right, and the other 4 held on, which is too bad, but we're within 1, and we've now got the governor right in our sights.
Except, let me just tell you.
Wait, I thought this was a victory for the governor.
Well, this is a problem. Even when the Democrats lose, they win.
Yeah.
Right? This is how you play it. This is how you spin it.
Could you imagine how huge this story would have been if the Dems had actually won?
Absolutely. This would not have been the front page. The hooker would not have been on the front page.
The hooker only comes out when you have the majority.
So the Republicans keep the majority, the governor is crowing, and the media says the Democrats won.
And more importantly, the policies stay in place. All right, don't forget to tune in to Fox News Channel tomorrow night for the GOP presidential debate live from Iowa. And then coming up on the 5, a new blood test that can determine the sex of a baby at 7 weeks is raising some ethical questions. The 5 of us will tell you our thoughts next.
This is about the Republican debate tomorrow.